people?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Um, Welcome again to the Central Roundtable podcast.
First episode.
First numero uno.
Yes, sir.
Um, I'm Javonde Williams,
And I am Maydrian Joe.
and we are
The Essential
gonna
Round.
be
Baby.
your hosts for the Central Roundtable podcast.
I'll tell you what.
Um, yeah, we're gonna start off with some introductions, just a little bit of background about ourselves. I'll kick it off. Born and raised in Houston, Texas. I'm not gonna go into childhood. Y'all find out a little bit more about that, later on in our future episodes and whatnot. But yeah, born and raised in Houston, Texas. Prairie View A&M University alum. I was an athlete, former track and field athlete there. I was a discus, shot put, hammer, and javelin thrower. Got my degree in electrical engineering, and I currently work in the power industry in Ohio. I work for Ohio's power utility.
Big money, bros.
Hey man, we trying to get there for real. But yeah, that's a little bit background on what I'm doing now. Also, outside of that, I dabble in the stock market. Currently trying to perfect my stock trading skills. Plan on being, what I'm saying, a full-time, trader, investor. I have a small business, Creamy Kicks, for those of you who don't know. It's a reselling business. You know what I'm saying? I got the heat. The plug.
Creamy Kicks LLC.
Yep, the plugster.
Yes, sir.
What else? Really big, you know what I'm saying, big on fitness. I love the gym. I love, just feeling good and getting a good workout in. I feel like that started. I wouldn't say it. I guess it did kind of start with athletics, because I really started taking it serious my senior year in high school, and that kind of like transitioned into college where I was also an athlete. So it just kind of like kept going, and ever since then, I mean, it's always been love, health, and wealth.
Yes, sir.
And last but not least, I'm a follower of the Most High, Jesus Christ. It's my Lord and Savior.
Amen.
And yeah, that's a little snippet of my life.
Yes, sir. Woo, 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 woo.
Yes, sir.
Hey, intro joke. My name is Maydrian Joe. I am a child of the South, born in Pensacola, Florida, raised in St. Louis, Missouri, and currently living in Dallas, Houston, and Lubbock, Texas, a little bit everywhere. Texas is home now. I've been home for about the last 10 years. Currently in law school, so that is my bread and butter. My life right now is law school. Studying pretty much through and through. I'm blessed enough to be an NAACP Legal Defense Fund Marshall Motley Scholar. Very passionate about voting rights work. That was kind of guided my career at Prairie View. On the yard, I studied political science and Spanish. So se habla español poquito. But very, very determined to make sure that I am intentional about my impact that to serve the Black community. That's like my life's work. That's my purpose. That's my passion. And I feel like the law gives me opportunity to kind of entwine those things. Outside of law school, I do a little bit of consulting on the side, working that with my other line brother. And so we're working on that, getting that together. Also, just very, very interested right now. The thing that I'm trying to learn more about and thoroughly immerse myself in, because we're always constantly learning, constantly growing as men and people, is real estate. I think that's my end game. So I'm trying to learn more about that and just learning how to be a better global citizen. I think it's important that we work and learn, things constantly. We're a constant student. We're always gonna be a student of life to the day we die. And yeah, that's me, man. Simple man, just trying to make it happen, bro. Just
Right.
happy to be in this opportunity in this space. I love to talk, so this is like the perfect space for me. And we
Yeah.
will not be bashing Black women on this podcast. Don't worry. We know we see the trends right now on social media. Black men on podcasts just get on here and start talking crazy. This is not what that is at all.
At all.
At
Yeah,
all.
we're just looking to impact, spread positivity. You know what I'm saying?
Love and light.
Yep, that's it.
Light for sure, man. Well, let's get into it, doggy. They know a little bit about us, but they don't know how we know each other, I guess.
Right.
You want to tell that story, or you want me to tell it?
Yeah, I can kick it off. So we met, you know what I'm saying, in college, obviously. I didn't know Maydrian prior to pledging the sci-fi. Spring 19 Bloody Road Theta chapter of Omega Sci-Fi Fraternity Incorporated.
Please don't forget the bloody. Please.
Yeah. But yeah, man, met Maydrian. We weren't, I don't like, whenever we crossed, we weren't really as close, but
no,
as time went by, you know what I'm saying, the more and more like conversations we would have, we just kind of like started gravitating towards each other. You know what I'm saying? It was every time we have a conversation, it was always about, you know what I'm saying, growth, something we're experiencing. He pouring into me, I'm pouring into him, uplifting each other, stuff like that. We had like a lot of stuff in common. Still do got stuff in common. I mean,
I don't know why this memory just popped into my head. I don't know why. We fasted at the same. Well, I think you started the week after me, but the memory I remember because I was eating almonds in the chapter meeting one time, and I was eating something. I think I gave you my bag like to have some, and you killed my whole bag of almonds.
I remember that.
I remember coming to your house after you went to the grocery store. You gave me another bag of almonds, but I was that memory just came in my head out of nowhere. I don't know why. But yeah, I definitely agree. It's like our interests were aligning a lot at the time, especially in undergrad. We were both dating deltas at the time, and so that was a similar experience. It was just a lot was lining up. We were already bonded through Omega, and then we just had like a lot of other shared connections and situations post that. So yeah, everything happened for a reason. And then, like you said, the conversations we were having, and just like it was just true friendship. So definitely everything was divine intervention and happened for a reason, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yes, that's how we met. And even once, because like you said, now you live in Ohio now, and I'm in Texas. We went our separate ways because I think you graduated 19 or 20. You graduated 20, right?
2020 spring, yeah.
Okay, and I graduated at the same time, but I ended up actually walking in August. Well, graduated, I didn't walk. None of us walked until last year, but
COVID.
I finished in August. But even then, I moved to Austin, and you moved to Ohio, and our relationship was still pretty much close.
Still been kicking.
Still talking. Like I think I was just thinking about that. The last week is probably the longest. The last 2 weeks is probably the longest we haven't talked in a minute. Like we used to talk damn near every week. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. So yeah, man, that's crazy. And now here we are on the Essential Roundtable.
Yep.
3 years and 3 days. It'll be 3 years later, bro. And 3 years. That's crazy.
It is, and life is for sure changed like a lot, drastically since then. So
I'm bald now.
Boys already touching the 40s. But yeah, man. Guess we can kind of jump into, you know what I'm saying, why we even like decided to start, you know what I'm saying, the Central Roundtable. Why Central Roundtable?
Yeah, for sure, man. I think it kind of goes back to what we just already kind of talked about, man. The level of the conversations we were having, like, I don't know. It's one thing. I feel like it's hard for Black men to have vulnerable conversations with each other. You know what I mean? I think we see a lot of like hyper masculinity in society, and a lot of conversations dominate. And we buy into it too, because you want to hear that sometimes. Sometimes you want to talk about ways to build wealth or ways to do this and this and this. But I think for us, at least in my experience, I have not seen any spaces, or not very many spaces outside of like Express Yourself Black Man and stuff like that, where they're combining personal growth, financial growth, mental growth, and that vulnerability aspect all together. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of people who are, or if any, who are engaging in those level of conversations. You know what I mean? And I felt like you said, those were the type of conversations that me and you were always having. You know what I mean?
Always.
Even sometimes I was having bad days, I would leave that conversation feeling better. You know what I mean? And so I think for me, that's why this just felt right. You know what I mean?
Right.
When we talked about it, we was like, because we had a conversation. We was like, man, this conversation is impacting us in this way. Imagine how someone else listening may feel. A fly on the wall may hear this conversation. There may be that breakthrough. So I think that's kind of what birthed it. And at least that's why it was so easy for me. But I'll let you speak to your experience about what made the decision kind of an easy jump for you.
I mean, really, you really hit, every point.
Yeah.
Conversations we were having. My biggest thing is impact. Whenever I thought about podcasting, just having a platform, where we could speak out on our personal issues and, experiences, everyday challenges, obstacles, and things of that nature. I was like, man, like, I doubt that, because from personal experience, I often think, that I'm the only one going through something. And when we get on like social media and we're scrolling, we're just seeing, oh, everybody happy go lucky, when that's not reality. Like, nobody's really, there's not a lot of spaces, like you said, like this, where people are, trying to, reach out and touch, impact, let folks know, like, man, like, you're not alone. I'm also battling, like, anxiety. I'm also, I also feel alone, just things of that nature. So yeah, we just wanted to use this to impact, encourage, and let our listeners know, like, we go through stuff too, but that's what this is about. It's all a journey, it's a learning experience. And we're doing this with the intent of helping somebody else that could be listening and going through something that we're talking about, like, and feed from how we extinguished the situation or and whatnot. So yeah, it's about, that's my take on it. Impacting, and just letting God use us to get to other people, to encourage, impact, uplift, all those good things, because that's essential. That's essential for y'all see how I did that? It's essential. But that's essential for just growth, not only in the Black community, just in general, as a nation. We have to get comfortable with sharing the real, and not just surface level, because nobody's gonna grow thinking that the grass is green everywhere, or just stuff like that. So yeah, man.
Yes, sir. I think that wraps it up pretty well, man. And going into, like you said, essential, that piece there, I guess it kind of brings us to why we chose this name, Essential Roundtable, and what we kind of want to encapsulate with that. And I think it's because, like, just like you said, these type of conversations are necessary. They're essential, to growth. They're essential to being a better person. You know what I mean? You can't. A lot of our problems, most of our problems, we're able to talk through. If we're able to sit down and have that conversation and actually express, what you mean, what you feel, what you want, those type of conversations will get you to the other side. They'll get you over. But a lot of times we
Right.
want to listen, because we're doing too much of this and not enough of this. Too much talking, not enough listening.
Right.
So listen some more, and then two, just sitting down and forcing yourself to have that conversation, man. And I think Essential Roundtable is going to be, that name itself encapsulates so many possibilities, so many realms, so many topics, so many ideas of discussion. And I think that's kind of where we got to that point with that, because it was like we don't want to limit ourselves to one niche, but we don't also want to be, so out there that we're just like catching everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know how we got to that point, but I should get your take on that too.
I don't really have much on that, like it's because you really hit everything. When I think of essential, when we first came up with the name, what I'm saying, like Essential Roundtable, I'm sitting, I'm thinking, I'm like, man, like this is not only, like you said, are we not stuck, what I'm saying, with this one thing to talk about. Like it's an essential roundtable is broad. So we could talk about relationships. We could talk about finances, financial literacy. We could talk about business. We could talk about, what I'm saying, like, entrepreneurship, like just everyday encounters that we're having, just everything essential, and then it's essential because we're bringing that experience to you guys, our listeners. And say if it just so happened to be a challenge or something like that, then we're also, bringing that solution, our point of view on these things. And, like I said, again, with the intent of it being sort of a learning experience, or something that can help. So yeah, that's
absolutely, man.
It's these conversations that that's going to be brought to you guys by the podcast. They're going to be it's going to be big. We really want to connect and be personable with the audience, vulnerable, and just impact,
man.
impact.
And so, I mean, I guess we can kind of give them a little preview of kind of some of the conversations we plan on having. You know what I mean? Talking about, we have this list. If y'all see the list, we got this master list of conversation topics we got, man.
We'll pull it up too.
That we got that we want to talk about. It's just because it's like, man, when we started brainstorming for this, we was like, hey, man, remember that time we had that conversation about this topic? I think that'll be beneficial to talk about. If we can bring somebody on to talk about this, we can talk about this, we can talk about this. I mean, man, talking about, of course, like Joe said, relationship goals. Now I'm single, so don't take my advice as the Bible, boy, because obviously I got some more work to do.
Hey, you and me both, man. Hey, you and me both, bro.
I got some more work to do, but manhood essential, and talking about things that are important and basic fundamental rights that that you should know about as a man, because a lot of times those conversations are kind of like skipped over, and so it's better to be in the know, even if you just reforming or changing your perspective about something you may already know about. You know what I mean? Just learn a little bit more, give it a different opinion about some things we already kind of talked about before. I don't know what you expand a little bit on the do factor. I think you put that in there. I ain't put that in there. What's that about? You remember what that was about?
The do factor?
Yeah.
So when I was thinking about the do factor, it was it's literally what the name says, the do factor. Having the ability to execute. And I don't want to go too deep into it, but I see a lot of what I'm saying, like, and it's common, it's common for us to have, what I'm saying, these ideas, these visions, we don't execute. Yeah. So like what the do factor is what we're doing now. What I'm saying, we said we wanted to start a podcast to, what I'm saying, as a so that we can have a platform to impact people to help and encourage others. This is us executing. We're doing that. That's the do factor.
Yep.
Like it's just doing, what I'm saying, what it is that you what you said you're gonna do, the do factor. And that's we can elaborate a lot on that. But there's a lot of things that make us fall short of, what I'm saying, that ability to execute.
Yeah.
So just wanted to bring some of those and
show. The last one I think we should talk about, because I always get on you about this, and I know that I something that I'm learning to do more is just like stopping a topic which I'm excited to talk about, smelling the flowers, like taking the time for yourself, taking the time to be grateful and really reflect and think about all the things you've accomplished. Like we have not accomplished as much, nowhere as much as we want to, but we have made
at all
substantial accomplishments as men. And even every successful person that I watch, because I watch videos or listen to podcasts, stuff like that, but everybody talks about daily gratitude. Every successful person talks about how you have to be grateful for the small, and it doesn't even matter, not even talking about success in the aspect of financial or like a wealth, type thing. Listen to Sherilyn Ifield, who's the former director of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, when she talks about what it means to be successful to her, what it means, or how you continue that fight in civil rights work. She says flat out, like, you got to take the small wins. You have to be grateful for the one life you impacted. It doesn't always have to be, sweeping legislation change or sweeping change across the country. But if you change one person's life, that's enough. That's something to be grateful for. Steve Harvey talked about, people complain, well, I'm mad I ain't making $100,000, but you went from making 20 to 50 to 80 in 3 years, but you complaining because you ain't at this number yet. But you have progressed constantly. You're on your way there, but you complaining because it ain't enough from what you had before. So man, I'm excited to talk about that.
I just have one thing to say about that.
Yeah. Society's
ruler. Society's measuring stick. That's I think that's what gets us all.
And but that comparison is still the thief of joy. That's in the word now.
Right.
That's still king. That's still paramount. So yeah, man, we got some heat coming up for sure. I'm excited to have some of these conversations. Looking forward to opportunity to talk and bring other people in. It's not just going to be us all the time. Possibly having some people who got a little bit more knowledge than we do. So we're going to be learning too, for real, for us. It's definitely an opportunity for us to grow as men, as businessmen, as personal growth, mental growth. So we're excited.
Yeah.
Excited for sure. Yeah, man.
This is a journey. This is a journey for us too, Not only are we trying to impact, but as we have these conversations, we basically preaching. We're being impacted. Yep, preaching to ourselves. So yeah, this is a journey for all of us. So yeah.
So yeah, man, that's all I think I have. You got anything else, dog?
I'm good. Excited to be here. I'm just ready to see, what I'm saying, what is that next year, how many people we can impact, just how far we can take the Essential Roundtable.
Make sure that y'all follow the Essential Roundtable on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, man. Make sure y'all follow Creamy Kicks LLC and tap in with me and Joe if y'all have questions for us particularly. You can always email us individually at Joe or also at Maydrian@essentialroundtable.com. We'll get back if y'all have personal questions for us individually, man. But yeah, we're just looking forward to what God got planned, man. I ain't gonna say what because you want to tell something funny to God, tell him your plans. He'll switch it up on you real quick. So looking forward to what he got planned, not what we got planned.
Right.
I think that's it. I think that's a wrap for us on this first episode, dog.
Yep. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, giving us a listen. We'll be back soon.
Check us out soon, man. Peace.
Yep.